It is Boy Boo, and I hope it's all well. Sitting in my little. It's not a hoodie because it doesn't have a hood. It must be like a sweater. What makes us feel like a little sheep. But yeah. So it has been a couple of weeks since I last did a video. And when you've done YouTube as long as I've done YouTube, you kind of lose like inspiration and motivation. You run out of ideas on what to do, what to talk about. So I was like, right, okay, I've got enough time on my hands to kind of like do more videos. So I sat and I made a list of different subjects I can talk about. Because it's been a while since I've just sat and I've talked about a subject and give my opinion, my advice, whatnot. So I thought it would be something I could do over the past couple of weeks. And one of the subjects happened to be mental health. And I know that I've talked about mental health in the past, and I know a couple of years ago I talked about my mental health, and the last time I did a video I was just a mess basically. And I'd recently found out that I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I had to go see a therapist and stuff like that. So I was very emotional, but since like then, like these comments haven't been made directly to me, but I hear people saying that, well, if you've got mental health, you don't brag about it, you don't talk about it, you keep it like quiet. And I feel as if that's why people are like suffering in silence, because they're not talking about it and they need to. And there isn't a lot of awareness. There is still a stigma, even like what's it been 2-3 years, and there's still like a stigma about it. And I don't want to go into too much social media, because I thought I'd do like a video on social media and how it can affect people's lives and stuff like that. But it's like, I wouldn't say I'm bragging about my mental health. I would say I'm open about it, because it's part of me now. I mean, it's a lot better than what it was. I still have anxiety. My depression isn't really like, I'm not really suffering from it right now, because I'm happy, and like, I'm not saying it's gone completely, but at the moment I'm happy and I feel more comfortable talking about it without breaking in the tears. But it's a part of me, it's not. It used to be like a huge insecurity and something I was ashamed of, and it's there's nothing to be ashamed of, because at the end of the day, we've all got our mental health, and we've all got stuff that we struggle with, and that's just what makes us human. So why should I be ashamed that my anxiety, my depression may affect me more than what it might affect other people, or it mightn't affect me as much as what it affects other people. Other people might have it worse off than me, but we all have, we all have our problems. We all have a mental health in one form. So I thought I'd just talk about it and give you an update on my mental health and stuff like that. But I just wanted people to know that, like, you shouldn't be ashamed about it. You shouldn't feel afraid to talk about it, because people will be like, oh well, she's talking about it, she's telling everyone, so I don't think she has mental health, or why are you bragging about it and stuff like that. But just, like, if you don't want to be open about it, if you don't want to talk about it, then that's fine. But I just don't want people to feel afraid to talk about their mental health. And just know that you're not alone. You're not alone. For a long time, even though, and I know I've mentioned it in the last video I done, that even though I've got amazing friends and amazing family and so loving and so supportive, I felt alone. And it's hard when people say you're not alone, you're not alone, you'll get better. It's like, well, just stop saying that, because yes, I appreciate it, but it's like you don't understand, because my brain's telling us that I'm not fine, I'm not okay. And it's okay not to be okay, it's okay not to be fine, as long as you get the help that you need and you don't bottle it in. Because there's like there's other different forms of like expressing your mental health and helping you. It's not something that, goes away overnight. And it's just a part of you. It's just part of you. And I think it's hard, yes, it's hard to not feel like when people say you're not alone and you're going to be okay, or when you're putting yourself down and they say, well, you're not ugly, you're not fat, you're not worthless, but in your head you're telling yourself that, and it's cruel and it's messed up, but you can't help it. You can't help it. But just know from someone that knows what you're going through, it's not true. It's just the demons in your head. It's not true at all. You're so worthy and you're so beautiful, and just look at all the good things that you are. You're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. And I know that may seem this, you'll be like, well, I can't help feeling this way, and I know you can't. But just know that you are not alone, and you are worthy, and you are beautiful, and you are loved. I love you. And I know you're probably thinking, well, how can you love us because you don't even know us? But I do, right? Just know that even if you are alone, you've got me, right? And I'm on all social media, and it's not for likes, it's not for views, it's for awareness. So if you do feel as if, right, I'm in a dark place right now, I'm lonely, I'm scared, I'm feeling all these horrible things, just reach out. I don't care if you want to message us, just do it, because I literally will respond, and I'll do the absolute best I can to help you and talk you through things, or give you my past experiences as well, and we can just talk about it. I'm not saying I'm going to meet you up for a coffee or anything, because I'm not. you know, it's that, no, but I will message you back, and I'll do the best I can, like, to help you, and I will respond, because it's like a goal, it's aim, it's something I like to do, is help others, and I've done it for most of my life now. But and people say, why are you so nice? Why do you help people? And I'll be like, because you don't know what people are going through. You don't. And it's kind of like you can go to any therapy, you could take any drug to help you with your mental health, but to help my mental health, like making someone smile, making someone laugh, hearing it, you know what, you've made my day, or getting a little compliment like, oh, you're such a great person, I love being around you. That's the medicine I need, and like, call that selfish, call that greedy, but I do get like a buzz off helping people, and I do love it, and people will be like, I don't believe it, but it's true. Believe it or not, that is true. That is from the heart, where I generally like to help people, and I don't want people, like, if I had a magic wand, I know, cliche, fairy godmother, blah blah blah, but but if I literally had a magic wand, or I had 3 wishes from a genie, I would literally just hope, like people would be like, you would do good or whatever, but I would literally just want everyone to be happy, and I would want the whole world to live in peace and just get on. I know that people say, well, if there wasn't this, the world would be a boring place. But no, it would be a happy place. A lot of people would be a lot happy if there wasn't negativity on social media, if there wasn't negativity, closed-minded people out there, if there wasn't war, we could all be happy. And maybe it's a chemical imbalance in my head that tell we're not. But I'm pretty sure if there was less negativity in the world, like, there would be a lot more positivity and a lot more people would feel happy and good about themselves. Like, that I can guarantee you. Okay, so that's what I would wish for. I don't know what the third one would be. It would probably be, you know, I don't know, a life supply of Oreos. But yeah, and it's just like, you know, but I'm not going to go into too much social media because, like I told you, but I read a comment today. Well, it was yesterday, and it really upset me. And it's on TikTok. I'm obsessed with TikTok. But again, there is a lot of darkness and negativity on there, and it's on any social media platform. It can be any social media platform is so dangerous. But I'll go into it in another video. But this girl was being brave, you know, and she's opened up a TikTok because she is in a hospital that will specialise in mental health, and she's in there to get help, you know, and like, and I'd commented because a lot of people were like, because she explained why she wasn't okay or something, and she showed that our room was filtered. There was only everything. There was no corners or anything sharp in her room. And people are like, and then she showed herself in the mirror, and people are like, oh, well, why did I know she would look like this, or why are you sharing this, and you're you're in there because you're a psycho and stuff like that, and it's just the dark. It's just cruel. Why do people? And like, obviously, I'm gonna go into it. And I'd commented that, like, it's not okay, these comments are not okay, and I generally want you to get better and get out there, so I'm sending me love. And some guy was like, why is it always the fat girls that don't understand? She's in there because she needs to be in there. And I was just like, okay, but call it what you want now. It doesn't affect us. I didn't cry about it. You know, it's just like, but the same guy didn't have a profile picture, didn't have any videos, and it's a troll. It's a troll, and it might be like some uneducated child, or it could be a grown man. It could have even been a woman. You know, like don't go out there and pull people's insecurities apart because you're not even going to show your own insecurities and your true self. But it wasn't that. It's just the fact that people like that see main problems like that, or the people, why people have mental health and why people are in like hospitals to get better, because of shallow comments like that and cruel minded malicious comments like that. So yes, I did go all sass on them, and I did. It wasn't anything nasty because I'm not a nasty person, but I just say is that I do understand why she's in there, and that's why I'm showing my support. And maybe you could think before you speak. Yeah, well, it wasn't too sassy, it wasn't that great of a comeback, but it's just like, and I don't normally reply to that, especially if I get comments on my oversee other comments. But the fact that the poor girl knows that she's in that hospital to get help, and people are still putting her down, people are still bullying her, and it's going to just make everything even worse. So please, please, and I know I've done video on bullying, but just please be aware. Be aware what words you say, how they can affect other people. You don't know what people are going through. Like, if I had £1 for everyone when they find out I've got mental health, if I had £1 for every time someone says you don't have a mental health because you're too happy, I'd be a billionaire, because I hear it all the time. So it's not necessarily that comes from a malicious it doesn't come from somewhere malicious, and maybe the words that you're saying might come from like a kind place. But just know you don't know what people are going through. I am a happy, bubbly person, but I also have a mental health. And like sometimes when I hear that, I'll be like, well, does that mean that I'm a bit of a freak? Does that mean I'm not normal? And that's not the case. I'm not a freak. I'm not normal. Maybe I am a bit of a freak. Maybe I am a bit of a weirdo. But that's okay because it means I'm interesting and I'm not boring. So I'll wave my freak flag high, right? For the whole world to see. I don't care. Say what you've got to say to me. I don't care. I brush it off. Like, I'll just flick it off. It doesn't affect me, but sometimes the words that you say affect others. And sometimes, even when you don't realise the words that you're saying are hurtful, they can be. So just be aware of that. Mental health is out there and you don't know who is suffering. Just be kind. If you like, I love the quote that if you can be anything, be kind. And I just wish that everyone could just be kind and just be nice to each other. Why have we got to tear people down instead of raising people up? It takes a second to comment, be like, well, good luck, I'm sending my love, or you go girl if someone does a makeup look, instead of critiquing it, do you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, but I'm fine, I'm happy, my mental health is good, even though I'm stuck in and I'm bored, and I do get very anxious still, and it's like, but I'm coping with it, more. If you want to ask questions on how I deal with it, or ask me questions on mental health, again, just reach out. Social media is right here. Like, I'm more than happy to help or give advice, my opinions or whatnot. I just want the stigma to go away, and I just want people to be happy, And another thing for this lockdown, and I think it's another thing that gets brushed off, is anger. And I'm I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not a violent person. I'm not a shouter. But since lockdown, I've been getting very angry and frustrated, and I think it's because I'm bored, and I think it's because I'm not in. Well, nothing I know. So if other people are going through that, then just remember to just breathe. Just breathe and let it go. Just breathe and let it go. So to end this video, exercise for you, and I'm pretty sure I've done this before, but exercise. And I've done this with one of my lovely friends that are going through quite a hard patch, not naming names, but I've told her to list 5 things that you like about yourself, and then each day list 5 things that you are thankful for. So yeah, and hopefully maybe if you're watching this video, you could be thankful for this video. Even you might have found boring, you might have found interesting, you might have found some of it might have relaxed you, feeling that I'm going through the same thing and that you're not alone. But hopefully, whatever way my words have affected you, I hope it's in a positive way. So yes, don't be dumb, click that thumb, do gems and share with your friends, and I shall see you next time.